All right, diving right back into it now and keeping up to speed on everything that is happening. The markets have been doing very, very well, as you probably know, over the last few weeks, and we're entering a good period of time. Some things not doing so well today. If you're in crypto, man, you're taking it on the chin. Bitcoin is at its lowest point that I've seen in quite some time. Other cryptos not doing well. Gold is now below $4,000 again. Let's sort it all out with our good friend Nick Hopwood, certified financial planner, founder, Peak Wealth Management. If you're in the retirement red zone, you need to have a second opinion with CFP. Now is your chance to get a free Social Security analysis from Nick and his team, too. We'll talk about that. But, Nick, welcome back to the program.
Good morning, Steve.
All right. So, look, gold is down, oil's down. The market's really strong, and you say we're entering the best 6 months of the year, maybe. Do tell. I like some confidence.
Yeah, Steve, if you want to pull up the chart that we shared this morning, we have seasonality coming with us here. Now, there it is. So from November to April, it's the best time of the year for the market. The average return is 7%, and 76% of the time it is higher. Now, let's compare that to the go in May and sell away crowd, where the average return is only 2%, and it's higher only 65% of the time. But I will say, Steve, this year, from May to November, the market has been up 20%.
Yeah, it's been a very good year. But at some point, you got to wonder, where's the correction? Well, where's the pullback?
Well, we do worry about that, just like what we talked about a minute ago with gold, right? Gold was at 4,400, now 4,000, so that's a 10% drop just with the snap of a finger. Now, we could see something like that in stocks like we did in April. But there's another stat I want to share with you. The Fed cut last week at all-time highs. So this has happened 21 times before since 1950. And the next year, the average has been plus 14%. And it's been higher 21 out of 21 times. So we might have a correction, but I would not bet on against the long-term trend here.
Yeah, and gold, by the way, is now below 4,000. It's at 39.90. So gold is correcting. I've look, people like me, we're just out here going, well, should we do this? Should we do that? That's why we need people like you, Nick, to say, have a plan, stick to the plan, because things are going to happen. There are going to be bumps in the road. There will be corrections, and there'll be great bull markets like we see. One of the things you say people need to do is consolidate their old accounts, the old 401k, multiple Schwab accounts, multiple Fidelity accounts, kind of get together and get a game plan and a path forward, right?
Yeah, Steve, you might think to yourself, how many banks do I really need? And the answer is probably one, probably just one. Yeah. Well, it's the same question when it comes to our investment custodians. I've been coming across people who call us and they're in pain because they have so many different accounts with Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard, Merrill Lynch, Empower, JP Morgan. Recently, we had a couple who had 17 different investment accounts set up across these different custodians. And ultimately, you only need one custodian and most likely no more than 5 accounts. His IRA, her IRA, his Roth, her Roth, and your joint or trust brokerage account. And there's your 5 accounts.
I guess they took diversification to an all-new level. Good Lord. All right. Investment advisor or wealth manager? Well, what's the difference?
Yeah, today, this day and age, the terms are somewhat interchangeable, but it creates a lot of confusion for people because most advisors out there are simply investment advisors, and they're focusing 100% on investments, whereas a financial planner or a wealth manager is going to focus on retirement planning, college planning, tax planning, estate planning, cash flow, insurance, legacy, succession, and beyond. So imagine if you are paying your advisor 1% to manage the portfolio and not getting any of these other areas covered. I think that's important for people to understand the difference between a simple investment advisor and wealth manager.
And what do you do?
Funny you ask, Steve. We are Peak Wealth Management, so we focus on all of the above.
There you go. And because, look, you make a great point here. You have to have a comprehensive approach. If you have 17 accounts, you would have no idea. Even if you have half of that, it's confusing enough for me. right? And you look
Yeah.
at the different things. Oh, this one did well. This one did poorly. Yeah, I got a little bit of gold, not much. I got a little bit of silver, not much. So when I see it fall below 4,000, I'm like, But it's just all part of a bigger picture, right?
Yeah, and we're talking about gold here. So a few weeks ago, I was on and I said, hey, gold's running, but I probably wouldn't add here, but I would wait for a pullback. Now we've started to see that. This is not a recommendation or a suggestion for anyone specifically. It's not planning advice, but we've started to see this pullback. It could continue to pull back to 3,600 when you look at the chart, and so that's when it becomes much more interesting if you're looking to put more money to work.
Yeah, and Bitcoin, the cryptos, Bitcoin all the way down to 104. So not a good time to have a lot of crypto, I suppose. But I think probably a lot of people are getting rich at the same time. Real quickly before we go, though, April 15th seems a ways away, but really it's time to start doing some tax planning, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve, now's the time to reach out to your CPA for your year-end tax planning. Make sure that you max out your 401, HSA, Roth IRA. This is the last chance to consider Roth conversions. And if you're a small business owner and you might be able to skip that January quarterly estimate or make an extra one to make sure that you're penalty proofed.
And again, this is not advice from Nick, but you are bullish on the next 6 months.
Absolutely.
You're positive about it. Yeah, that's good. Appreciate that. Nick Hopwood, you can find out more, peakwm.com/Gruber. Get that free Social Security analysis. If you're in retirement and you have to make a decision at 62, 63, 64, when you can take the money, how much do you take? How does it work? How does it fit with your plan? Got to have a strategy. peakwm.com/Gruber. It's right there, the QR code on your screen. And you can talk to Nick and get a second opinion. Nick, as always, thank you.
Thank you, Steve. And don't forget to vote.
Don't forget to vote. There you go. Thank you, Nick. Yeah. For the folks in New York and Seattle, we just wish you well. We do. Good luck out there. New Jersey, do the right thing. How about that? We'll be back after this. It is the Steve Gruber Show. Glad to be back after a couple of days off. Nice to see you.